Okay, let's look at example 4. Write an equation of a parabola given the graph. The height of a thrown ball is a quadratic function of the time it has been in the air. The graph of the quadratic function is the parabolic path of the ball. The vertex of the graph is 1, 20, and the path of the ball includes the point 0, 4. What is an expression that defines this function? Write the quadratic equation in vertex form and in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, so what are the tasks we have to do and what is the situation? So this represents the height. Your y values represent the height, and that's our function. And over time, height is going to change. So from 0 second, we start at height 4. That's probably where he threw, right? This is probably where the ball started. 4 feet. And then after each second, the height of the ball goes up until 20 feet. And then it goes down to the ground eventually. Okay, so that's what it means. That's what our graph means. The vertex of the graph here is 1, 20. Your ball meets the ground at a little bit over 2 seconds, right? So, but your vertex reaches the maximum point at 1, 20. And we know that this path of the ball includes this point, your y-intercept, which is 0, 4. So as long as we have 2 points, we can write the equation in vertex form. So just like we did in example 3, we're going to start by step 1, putting in the vertex h, k into the equation and solving for a in step 2. Okay, so your vertex, which is 1, 20, which they specified, will go right here. H is 1, k is 20, so put it in there. And you're going to substitute 0, 4 into x and y to figure out a. So 0 comes here and 4 comes here, and solve for the equation to figure out a, which is going to be negative 16. So your equation of the graph will be y equals negative 16, x minus 1 squared plus 20. So that's the vertex form of the equation. Okay. You're going to write the quadratic equation in vertex form. And that's it. But if you solve for it, you can also write it in a standard form, but we just need to write it in the vertex form because that's what they said, right? Yeah, so equation of the parabola in vertex form is y equals negative 16 times x minus 1 squared plus 20. And in the form of y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, right? This is called the standard form, but this equation would be changed into negative 16x squared plus 32x plus 4. After you write the equation, you can just simply solve for your equation to distribute your factors and write it in this form. Okay, so that was it for example 4. Let's look at try number 4. The graph shows the height of the flying disc with respect to time. What is the equation of the function? So first, write the equation of the function. Write the equation in vertex form, and then write it in this form. ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so pause the video and see if you can write it by yourself, and come back when you're ready for answers. Okay, are you ready? So you did the same thing. Step 1 is to put the vertex into your vertex form of the equation, right? So f of x is equal to a times x minus 2 plus 10, right? This is where h and k go. And then you plug in your another point. Any point is fine. Any point in your equation. So 0, 4. 4 is equal to a times 0 minus 2, which is just negative 2, plus 10. and then you solve for it. Minus 10 on both sides. You have negative 6 equals to negative 2a. So a is equal to negative 6 over negative 2, right? Which is just 3 over 2. 3 over 1. Yeah, negative 2 plus 10. Oh, I forgot the square. So I need to do this again. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. So sorry. And plus 10 is equal to 4. And then negative 10. Again, negative 6 is equal to positive 4a. And so a is negative 6 divided by 4, which is negative 3 over 2. There we go. Okay, that looks more like it. Because your parabola opens downward, you know your a is going to be negative. So when I got the positive number, I was like, I probably made a mistake somewhere, and there it was. So remember, when your parabola opens downward, a needs to be negative, and when the parabola opens upward, a needs to be positive. So that's one way to check your answer. Okay, and then you're gonna use the information that you have to write it in the vertex form, which is going to be f of x equals negative 3 over 2 times x minus 2 squared plus 10. This is the vertex form. Vertex form. And then the equation in this form is going to be C form is going to be f of x equals negative 3 over 2 x squared plus 6x plus 4. Because if you solve this and factor it out, you have x squared negative 4x plus 4, right? Yeah. And then minus 3 over 2 as a factor. And so you distribute this out. And then you add 3 times 4 divided by 2. You subtract 3 times 4 divided by 2, which is 6, from 10, and that's 4. Okay? And 4 times negative 3 over 2 is just 6. So, okay, so that was your vertex form and the standard form of the quadratic function for try number 4. So example 5 is going to be the last example and the next example. So we'll continue with example 5 in the next video.